Okay. Picking up the phone. Okay.
So this picture here is looking at a handling just like this right
Yeah.
here, okay? So purposes of this, what he used is from your middle finger he used, there's 4 little tendons. So where these tendons V right here,
Yeah.
those all attach at those middle joints of your fingers. So all 4 of those tendons come back to this muscle in your
Yeah,
forearm, and all they do is
Kind of
they-
experienced that
they-
with the last
Yeah.
rehab, yeah.
So they flex those.
Yeah.
So he took your middle finger tendon to your middle on this side. You have the incision on the top of your wrist, and you have the big incision back. Sorry, you got the incision on the bottom side of your wrist right here, and you get the big incision here. He made this cut here to cut that specific tendon to your middle finger.
Yeah.
He cut it here and he drew it all the way back out of
my
that
thumb?
incision. He pulled it all the way to this
Oh,
incision.
back to there.
Yep.
Oh, crazy.
And then what he does is he takes that incision and he goes to the top incision. So now we're looking at a hand laying like this.
Yeah.
And he sewed that middle to, I gotta make sure I'm telling you the right one here.
I think you said the middle to the pointer.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But that's to this whole tendon group.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
That
Like,
does that right
okay,
there.
he didn't give me that whole explanation. He
Yeah.
like just kind of was like, da-da-da.
What he's hoping with that too is it's going to extend those joints for you, which I say in the position looks
Right,
good.
which
So that's a
makes
good
sense.
thing already. But
Yeah.
he's hoping for a little wrist extension with that then too.
Yeah, he said that. That's
So now that tendon, when we start rehab, and we're not going to do this today,
for a while. Yeah, I know, obviously.
when you flex that middle finger, it's to make your other fingers do that.
Okay.
Because now that
Because
tendon,
the middle finger's in charge of that other one that wasn't
now-
really alive before. Yeah.
So it's retraining your
Yeah.
it's retraining your brain.
Totally.
So that middle finger that used to flex that middle joint now extends your fingers.
That's pretty cool.
So that's the first thing he did. So he did 3 of them.
Yes, I got to retrain my brain. I figured this rehab would be way harder than the other hands.
But somehow
prepared for it.
Your brain starts remapping it and telling
Oh
your
yeah,
hand what to
it's
do.
amazing how the human body can adapt.
Exactly.
The adaptability is fascinating. I mean, I did in middle school. I went through so many months of rehab. And
Sure.
obviously, it
After
didn't
the
work
first
as well.
injury?
Yeah. But
So now the second thing he did is he took the same group of tendons, but to your ring finger,
and put it to my.
to your thumb.
Oh, I thought they did my pinky to the thumb.
So if you look at and I tried to correspond the colors so
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
which
yeah.
one. So the ring finger
I
now,
see.
which used to flex this joint, now is going to be that tendon that's popping up. So he
The thumb.
he cut that and he brought it through that same incision. Went through the incision on the back and he hooked it up to this tendon, which is now going to, every time you flex this, is going to extend. So if you think about what's
I thought it was
happening.
the pinky to that one, so it's the ring finger to that one.
No, it's not the pinky, it's this
the-
tendon.
Oh, that tendon. Okay.
So if you think about it, and eventually when we start retraining this, when you flex these 2 fingers, it's meant to do like you're at a rock concert.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. So it's meant to open your thumb. It's meant to open your fingers.
That makes sense because it's the whitest parts of the hand, right?
Yep.
So it does it
Remind me what your hand was doing.
It just this right here.
That's it.
worse than that one
Yeah.
before this first surgery.
When you lose your radial nerve function, you can't move your wrist. You can't move your fingers. You can't move.
Mine
your
was
thumb.
stuck like the claw, like
Like it's pulling
down.
into this.
No,
position.
like my fingers were down more, like against my no,
Like your hand.
like down, like that way. Like, no, more than that. Like it looked like a raptor hand,
The
like a
reason,
raptor claw.
The reason for that is your nerve on the top of your forearm is no longer extending your fingers.
Yeah, well, because the radial nerve runs to the end of your pointer
your
finger
fingers.
from the back of your neck across your bone, only in that one spot where it hit the J.
Exactly. But then what you have is you got all these strong muscles on this side, and they have nothing to oppose it because this nerve isn't controlling these muscles.
Yeah.
So your hand goes into this pulled position because all these muscles are doing that right there.
Yeah.
So the last thing he did, this tendon right here in your wrist, he took that tendon and he hooked it up to the thumb tendon that's right here that opens your thumb up this direction here.
Crazy.
So that's why we have to protect everything in this
Yeah.
extended position, because if we let your wrist drop or your fingers drop, it's stretching out where he sewed them together.
That makes sense.
Yep.
Wild.
Instead of harvesting stuff, he rerouted everything.
That's exactly
Yeah,
right.
he rerouted
And
the
the reason
computer,
for it,
the human brain computer.
Exactly. You have three main nerves, and on this side of your hand, it's the different nerves controlling those muscles. So those nerves are still activating these muscles. This nerve up here is not telling these muscles what to do anymore. So now you have to retrain your brain to make this side of your hand, now that he sewed it over here, control all those
Right.
movements. But right now,
So it's
you're
gonna
just
be really
in
interesting.
you're in protection phase
It's gonna be
right now.
super
So
protection stage for
Yeah.
a while. Yes, totally.
I'm gonna send all that stuff with
Cool.
you too. Okay.
I didn't stop. Hold on.